Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies.
Saints play the Buccaneers tomorrow, and finally, this season is over. Man, it's been a long season. It started off so great. Obviously, those first 2 wins to start the season off, man. We thought the Saints were out of here on the right path, but unfortunately, that's not what happened, man. Some injuries came about. Play just got worse. Play calling got kind of predictable, and here we are. This is the first game Tampa Bay against the Saints. Spencer Rattler actually did get that start. Played okay in the 22 for 40 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Elvin Kamara couldn't run the ball effectively, but I mean, I remember from this game, Tampa Bay just found a run game with 2 no-name guys at the moment. It was Sean Tucker and Bucky Irvin. Now, obviously, Bucky Irvin has come to be one of the best young backs in the league right now. I think the Saints kind of gave him his first start and first opportunity. He was the backup that game, but he still ran very, very well against us, along with Sean Tucker. So now we're going to have to deal with that and Rashad White in this last game. Honestly, I just want a couple young players to play well, and the result is the result. If we win, not going to be happy about it. If we lose, not going to care too much about it. Just want the young guys to seem like they, take the next step. The biggest thing for this game, knock on wood, we got to stay healthy. We have to stay healthy going into this offseason, man, especially the offensive line. It's always, I think last year or the year before, we always had guys go down week 17, week 18. We need to keep these guys healthy. And then we can talk about their season. But you do not want to go into another offseason with guys rehabbing, guys, hopefully be ready for training camp and things like that, especially because you're going to have a new coach in the building. If it's Rizzy that comes back, then it won't be, but it's still a new coach for that offseason. I don't think it'll be Rizzy. We'll talk about that. We have plenty offseason to talk about that, but a long offseason to talk about that. But we got to get these guys healthy, because if a new coach comes in, you're probably going to have a new system. You might even have a new OC, a new DC. Everything's going to be different. Practice, schedules and things like that, all going to be different. So you don't want anybody hurt coming into the season. So hopefully all these guys stay healthy. These young guys play well. And let's finish looking at this. I mean, Baker Mayfield threw 3 picks against us, but had 4 touchdowns. We couldn't stop Chris Godwin. He hasn't been there all year, so we won't have to worry about Chris Godwin. Mike Evans. Mike Evans needs 85 yards. 85 yards. And I even tweeted. I'm a hater. He has 915 yards, 65 catches, 11 touchdowns. See, the thing about this is they can't force Mike Evans the ball, because they still have to try to win the game. Now, if they get up early, they can try to force him some passes and things like that, so he can get that 1,000-yard season. But early in the game, if the game's tight, if the game close, they're going to have to run their regular offense and not just force feed him the ball, because like I said, they have to win this game. You can't just go out and try to get him 1,000 yards and lose the game in the process, and Atlanta wins, and now you're out the playoffs just because you try to get a guy 1,000 yards. So they're going to be playing the correct way, and hopefully the Saints, can have a chance to stop them. We got to take something away from somebody to end this season. Because to be honest, my worst fear of this game is we beat Tampa Bay and Atlanta go to the playoffs. I don't want to see that. I don't care if Tampa Bay goes to the playoffs. They don't bother me. Neither team is a threat, honestly. So let's get that out the way. Neither team is a threat. So it doesn't really matter who goes to the playoffs. I don't think both of them are probably going to be one and done, because the winner of the division is probably going to play the Lions or the Vikings, and I think they're going to lose that game. So it's some big things going on. Obviously, draft order is going to be very, very important. The top 3 has been locked up. I didn't even check the draft order, but I guess since we're here, we can just check the draft order. Let's just look at this right now. Let's pull this up. NFL draft order, Tankathon, huh? Man, let's see. All right, well, while that loads, if it loads. Well, anyways. All right, internet went out. Oh, no, there we go. All right, we're sitting at 10th right now. Now, I don't know about all these tiebreakers. But we got Chicago. We didn't play Chicago this year. Vegas owns the tiebreaker against us, so if they win, we lose. That'll be great. Carolina, I think we beat them, so unfortunately we won't have it over them. Top 3 is locked up. We can't pass the Giants, so we probably can move up to about 8 with a win. We can only drop to maybe 11. So the worst spot we'll pick is 11. That's a win. The worst pick you'll have in the draft is 11. This is nasty. 10 in a row is 6-5. You can see the team that started tanking early on. Rizzy came in, won that first game, but we should have started tanking too, and maybe we'll be up there with them. But that's neither here nor there. We have a good spot in the draft. I'm not too mad about it. Like I said, worst spot is 11, look like. I don't know the tiebreakers between us and San Francisco. They're probably going to lose this week. I already saw their team. It's like no Samuel, no Purdy, obviously no CMC, so I don't know what they're going to do. But, man, if we can squeeze up to that 7-8 range, that's a really, really good pick range right there. Really, really good. You can take anything in the draft that you want, from quarterback to receiver, tight end, tackle, you name it, defensive end, whatever you want, you can take right there. I'm not saying we should take any of those positions I just listed. I'm just saying it's just best player available, and we need the best player available on this team. No matter what the position is, the best player available to us, I think we should take right there. I have some other concerns and questions and comments about the draft, but we'll save that. Get back to this game real quick. But yeah, Saints versus Bucks, man. Let me know y'all score predictions. Let me know y'all score predictions in the comments. I think we lose this game very, very bad. I think it's a 21-point loss. I think it's probably like 31. I won't say 21-point loss. 31-17-ish, 2 touchdowns, something like that. We might score late to not make it 21. But I don't see. This is a team that's basically in playoff mode against a team that's trying to stay healthy and finish the season. So we'll see. We'll see how they show up. Obviously, Rizzy's coaching for his job, so he's going to try to have those guys ready to play. I just think it's almost impossible to try to get these guys ready to play because, I mean, like I said, what are they playing for? They're just trying to not spend their offseason rehabbing. Like at all. I know I wouldn't want to spend my offseason rehabbing. So let's look at these injuries. I haven't even seen who's out or who's in. Obviously. Oh, wow. So Pete Warner has been ruled out. I didn't see that he had a chance to get 100 tackles. So still not going to reach 100 tackles on this season. I talked about that. Obviously, Chris Olave, I did see that news that he's out. It made 0 sense for him to play. We'll talk about him once the offseason hit. Don't care about Peyton Turner. I'm just going to be honest with you. Juwan Johnson don't really care. Derek Carr's out. Kendra Miller's out. That sucks that Kamara's doubtful and not going to play to get 1,000 yards. Everyone else, I honestly don't care about. But yeah, that's it, man. Can't wait to see what happens in this game. Can't wait to actually do the end of the game and do that game review because guess what? It's over. It's over with. Now we can have some fun. And it sucks that it's this early once again that we're not in the playoffs. And Mickey Loomis, I'll have some words for you once the season is over. But let's get through this last game, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, it's DaBootTragedies.
Let's make them hear it. The greatest